Monday marks a grim anniversary in Texas. It's been 1 year since a gunman killed 23 people inside an El Paso Walmart. The shooter targeted Hispanic people. The massacre left a city in mourning.
Investigators say 21-year-old Patrick Crucius walked into the Walmart armed with a rifle before taking so many lives. Police finding a manifesto and now looking into the shooting as a hate crime.
Sylvia Salcedo captured these chilling moments with her phone. You can hear the gunshots while shoppers hid underneath tables near the entrance of an El Paso Walmart.
Lawmakers from this community joined Governor Greg Abbott Saturday evening and are calling for compassion.
I know the eyes of not just this community, this state, this nation are fixed on El Paso. And I want people to know that this horrific act does not define our community.
1 year later, the wounds are still healing. Texas lawmakers vowed to take action, but as our Wes Rappaport found, the people affected are still waiting for meaningful change.
It's a sad time for us.
El Paso's State Senator Jose Rodriguez says his community still has open wounds from the deadly attack a year ago.
What this person did in the name of white supremacy, where he articulated he wanted to get rid of Mexicans and Hispanics, that is still pretty much out there in this country.
The state started tackling the issues stemming from this shooting in the weeks that followed. State leaders formed task forces and legislative committees and addressed gun sales, social media use, and law enforcement. The governor issued a report detailing executive action and issuing recommendations for lawmakers. But with the pandemic now front and center, those meetings stopped.
The governor had indicated that he was interested in passing some legislation this coming session. Because we have not taken up the issue again, I'm concerned that this issue will be relegated to the background as the state faces the enormous task of having to balance a budget.
You'll also remember the Odessa shooting spree, which left 8 dead just weeks after the El Paso massacre. State Rep Brooks Landgraf represents that area. He says he does think lawmakers can get something done.
Take so many of the lessons that we have learned and so many of the testimonials that we have heard from these hearings across the state of Texas and find a way to help address these concerns so that another community doesn't have to go through what Odessa and El Paso have gone through so recently.
The El Paso Walmart shooting happened just blocks from State Representative Cesar Blanco's office. He hopes this anniversary reminds state leaders of the promises they've made.
We can also take this anniversary to refocus the conversation on the reforms that we need to see in order to prevent another mass shooting and another domestic terrorist attack.
He's banking on bills he's already authored to get new life in the legislature next year.
The legislature needs to consider solutions like passing universal background checks, passing red flag law protection orders, banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, and keeping guns out of the hands of convicted hate crime offenders, criminal offenders, and domestic abusers. Some of these bills I actually have authored and introduced in the past that didn't move.
And Blanco says taking action will help the healing.
To bring not only justice, but to demonstrate that their legislature is going to take action to keep them safe and to make these wrongs right.
I'm Wes Rappaport for State of Texas.
He believed that Black lives matter and in the right to openly carry a rifle.
All I can say is this is a person who had sincere convictions that people have the right to defend themselves.
We look closer at the man killed during an Austin protest and the fiancée he leaves behind.